Ladies and gentlemen, if you guys are heading over to PAX Australia from the 4th to the 6th of November, that is literally 2 days away, man. I'm super pumped. I'm going to be there. Come on down to the Intel booth and over to the Twitch booth. Make sure you pop in, say hello, all that awesome stuff. There's a schedule up over on DIBBSGG/PAX. We'll see you guys there. Ladies and gentlemen, it is officially Tuesday, my dudes, but it's Wednesday. It's Wednesday, my dudes. What is going on? Man, it's about time warp. What is going on? We are
Flash to the time warp again.
That beautiful man that you hear is Mr. RDK. How are you, sir?
I'm doing well. Okay, I'm doing okay. Today's not a great day. I'm doing okay. It's okay though. I mean, you spend 6 hours in a car nonstop, almost nonstop. See how you feel in the morning.
So please tell me you had like, 3DS or like something.
Oh yeah, I took my 3DS with me and was playing some Pokemans.
Nice.
Pokemans. Yeah, so that was happening.
How was it? I mean, I probably will never get around to checking it out because let's be real, I play games on stream and not really much else around that.
Well, it's not the new one yet. Sun and Moon don't come out just yet, which we're gonna get into here in a little bit. I was playing. I was playing Y. Yeah, I was playing Y. I was playing Pokemon Y. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's good. I mean, I really want. I really want Nintendo. Listen close. Listen. Shh. I'm gonna tell you a secret.
Aaron, lean in.
Millions of copies again. I'm gonna give you this one for free. I won't even charge you. Okay.
Damn.
So it's this easy. You make a Pokemon game that you can actually customize your character.
Mm-hmm.
You can actually have online interaction. Do it where it's not just tiny little ass characters, but actually characters. Pokemon have the Pokemon actually be awesome in animation when they're fighting, and guess what? You would sell fucking money you would sell those things like hotcakes.
You would.
And Deadpool happens to be cooking them. I'm just saying.
This is something that really like it should have been done a long time ago. Just give us like an MMO type based thing.
Yeah.
The only problem is though that because if you run an MMO type thing, then it pretty much kills whatever other versions of the game that you possibly have coming in the future. Not a bad idea because you could just do expansions based on like here's the cartridge for the new expansion. Obviously you can only store so much information on one of those cards, but the thing that I would love for them to do is something like an MMO where they kind of sort of got there when they did Pokemon Go, but it's not exactly like what I envision Pokemon Go to be. I mean, there's no you don't build up a roster of Pokemon and you don't use that Pokemon then to go out and catch other Pokemon. It's sort of just like hey, here's Pokemon, let's just collect them. There's no like you don't feel like you are building a team essentially. You feel like you're just going out and going, I need that. Oh, this one's better. Well, I'm gonna trade this one in. It's not like you don't feel
with the XP share on the Pokemon games nowadays, you don't even have to actually level up all the Pokemon to actually get them all. You don't have to focus on one. All you gotta do is like take your strongest and let him level up everything else for you, and then rotate out Pokemon every once in a while. So you're good, and like the XP share will do all the work for you. You can even take a really super weak Pokemon, throw him in there, and he will level up like 10 fucking times. And you're like, oh yeah, that was easy. Look at that.
It's true.
So yeah, there's some issues, and I want to see different things and all this kind of stuff. But talking about new games,
yes. So this just
quickly, I was talking about this. Oh, okay.
Oh yeah. So no. I was gonna say. I think you were gonna say at the start of every month we're gonna go in and cover what is coming out every single month, just so that at least I know. Because sometimes I'm like, oh shit, that's coming out next week.
So basically, so what we're going to be covering is actually all the big name games. If we actually sat here and covered every video game that was coming out in November, we'd probably be here for a little while, since there's titles coming out fucking out the wazoo, because all those indie titles. They're sweet dollars, but no, that's not what we're looking at. We're looking at the big name titles of November. So we're going to be giving you guys those, and then whenever December rolls around on December 1st, we'll be talking about what comes out after that. But let's go ahead and roll into this damn thing. So Dibbs' big crack addiction that's going to be coming out soon is Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. This is coming out for the PC, PS4, Xbox One, and it is a first-person shooter. If you couldn't guess that already, where the hell have you been living, a rock? So, for all you people that like the 3DS, Mario Party Star Rush, I have no fucking idea what that is, is coming out for the 3DS, and by God, it's good to see that they're changing things up. They're not. Thank you, Nintendo, for giving us the same shit over and over and over again. My poor soul right now. So, November 7th, we get LEGO Dimension Wave 7. I like Legos.
I'm thinking about doing this. Okay, so this is something that I've been sitting on for a very long time. It's like I look at this Lego.
You're thinking about doing Legos?
I look at Game.
Man, that might be a little bit painful, man.
And I'm like, no, because you could have like a second camera set up with the portal and stuff over here, and then you could have like a little thing on the thing.
I mean, that might be painful. You're gonna do Legos. I'm just saying that's. You might want to go get yourself checked.
Rule 34, man. Rule 34, bro.
Oh God, you know there is somewhere. There's some kind of like Lego that's like, please, senpai, be gentle. He's just like,
be like, oh my God.
Oh my God, what have I just seen? So this game comes out for PS3, PS4, Xbox 360, Xbox One, and the Wii U. Fuck, they are trying to whore that game out.
Dude. Oh yeah, dude.
Wow.
Yeah, dude. It's
so November 10th, we get the PlayStation 4 Pro. November 11th, we get the NES Mini. If you don't know what the NES Mini is, guess what, guys? This is a retro console of the old NES. Fucking go pick this thing up. It's going to be like $50 to $60, I think, for the thing, if I remember hearing correctly.
You can run a ROM. Run a ROM. It's fun.
Listen to this motherfucker over here. Or, you could just be a cheap ass and do what Dib said, or cough gently in my ear about. All right, so Dishonored 2 comes out. This comes out for the PC, PS4, Xbox One. It's an action adventure. If you guys didn't already know, I'm picking it up.
Okay, so. Cool. At least one of us is going to cover it, man, because the first Dishonored for me, I played it for like half an hour and was like,
oh, dude,
I want to like this.
The first one.
I want to like this, but why isn't it dragging me in by my balls, man? I'm like, please.
Dibs is just like, I can't do it.
Yeah, it just didn't grab me. It just didn't grab me, man. There's games that grab you, and there's games that don't.
And then here's a particular game that I don't understand why it even got a fucking sequel, because the first one was such piss poor. Watch Dogs 2 comes out for PC, PS4, and Xbox One. I have no fucking idea why it's coming out.
What are you talking about? They clearly saw something in the first one, which no one saw, and then they were like, "Hey, we're going to now put this out into the world as a second game, and we added parkour." Yay! And see, if you guys are listening to audio podcast here, ArcDK is giving us the pizza salute. It is a glorious thing. But look, whatever they want to do with this, hopefully this is a redeeming of the franchise. Most likely.
It won't be. It won't be. It's Ubi. It's Ubisoft. It won't be. So exactly. Apparently they're also coming out with Road Rage. I'm assuming this is a remake of the original old Sega Genesis Road Rage. Is what I'm assuming.
I freaking hope so.
This comes out for the PS4 and the Xbox One. Talking about shit that's basically a remake, but actually isn't. It's just a re-release because that's fucking being milked like goddamn tits on a cow. Assassin's Creed, the Ezio Collection. Basically, if you don't feel like playing any other Assassin's Creed, you can go fucking play the Assassin's Creed that is the best Assassin's Creed.
Why are you saying Assassin's Creed, dude?
Because it's just a giant pile of ass.
Come on. Number one, number two, number three, Brotherhood and Black Flag are probably the best of that series, man.
That is the Black Flag was fun. The rest of them can go take the giantest leap off the cuntiest mountain and die. Period. Fucking hate all the Assassin's Creed games. I can't stand a single one except for Black Flag because I get to fucking ride on a ship. Granted, that they did that in Assassin's Creed 3, the one where you were playing as the Wolf Kid or whatever.
Yes,
that was a cool mix up. But guess what? It was a really, really shitty done game.
It's true. I'll give you that.
I want him to get back. I want to get back to just get back to fucking Prince of Persia. Stop making shit games.
Yeah, because that's what it started out as. It was like this is this gen's Prince of Persia. Everyone's like, losing their shit, and
yeah, everybody was like all excited, and like,
fuck, really?
And it was just like, thank you for being shit.
Yeah, but we had Prince of Persia games, and they were okay.
So this giant pile of assassins collection is coming out on the PS4 and the Xbox One. Have fun. November 18th, we get to see a little bit of Ray of Sunshine with Pokemon Sun and Moon, my crack addiction of choice for this month. It's coming out on the 3DS, and if your mommy and daddy give you enough money, maybe you could buy both.
Ooh.
Or, you could just get some friends.
I was contemplating the other day picking up a new 3DS, but the capture one. And then I was like, oh, man, but there's Call of Duty. It's like right there. It's like the low-hanging fruit, man.
But it's here. It's here. I want it. Just rub your face right on it. So we also get not so kid-friendly. We get Killing Floor 2. If you don't know what Killing Floor 2 is, it's basically mayhem and a giggle of fun madhouse of an asylum. That's what the fuck it is.
That's been early access for a while now, right? Okay,
yeah,
right,
it's been early access for a while.
I thought that was out of
But it finally officially comes out for PC and PS4. It's been an early release for fucking ever. I don't even understand why they even have early releases if they're going to release them for that fucking long.
True that.
So it makes no sense. November 29th, we get Final Fantasy 15. About fucking time.
I'm going to get that.
On PS4 and the Xbox One. Unfortunately, we are not getting Star Trek because fuck that thing. That was delayed, and who cares, anyways? So that's everything for November, and I hope you guys realize that everything you buy here is going to help a corporate executive buy their giant ass yacht.
Well, that's what it's all about, dude. We're all about helping out those struggling corporate executives. It's gonna be a good year. It's gonna be a good time in the year. But this is the problem. The problem here is a lot of the good games that were supposed to be this year are coming out next year. So next year, everyone was like, "Oh, 2016 is the year for games." Like, no, all the really, 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 really good stuff is like coming out. Like, it's good. It's actually good because we're not going to get overloaded in this period. This is always a stupid period. I always akin it to on-season, off-season for sports. This is the on-season for video games. And it's like, here's all these games, and a lot of them are going to be over like 60 hours worth of gameplay. Good luck trying to fit it in around covering everything else. And it's like, far out, dude. Like, it's good that there actually is a lot of stuff that's getting pushed back, because then you can sort of like space it out. Yeah, exactly. See,
that's why I understand why they like. That's why I hate around Christmas time. And like, I'm glad I'm so goddamn picky on my games because, like, as I said, I have 3 games coming out in the span of these next like couple months, and that's it. I have no other games I'm interested in. And one of those particular games, Pokemon, I won't even be streaming. It'll just be something. They'll be my crack addiction on choice when I'm not streaming. Mm-hmm. The 2 I'll be picking up are Final Fantasy 15 and Dishonored 2. Those will be the only 2 I'll be playing. That'll be adding to my roster. So I'm good. I don't have to worry about like the people that buy like 40 fucking games running around with their head chopped off, not knowing what to do and what to play. I have 2 games. I can rotate 2 games the fuck out of my layout. I'm good to go.
That's true. That's true. It's all about that priority. Talking about priorities. There's a game that was supposed to come out a while ago, and Dead by Daylight beat it to the punch. It's a game called Last Year. It's a first person game. It's based on bad horror movies. Basically, so correct me on this one. This is the one where they got the actor for Jason to come do the.
No. That's actually right.
This is a friggin' another one.
This is another one.
Oh my god.
This is another one. This game is actually set. This game is set actually in October 31st, 1996. And it comes out, and it's supposed to come out. It was supposed to come out supposedly sometime in October, but it didn't. Instead, it got pushed back. I don't actually know when the actual release date is. Last year was a Kickstarter back into last year was kickstarted back in 2014. This was actually thought of way fucking before Dead by Daylight was even a fucking thing. This is kind of where I feel like Dead by Daylight kind of ripped off the idea from these boys.
Yeah.
The difference is this one actually has 5 players instead of 4, and 1 person playing the killer. I'm noticing something here. For some reason, everybody's jumping on the Evolve train for some reason.
Yes.
And they're making it 1 versus so many people. Now, let me inform you. I think Dead by Daylight is fun for a little bit. but it grows extremely old really quick.
Mm-hmm.
I think Friday the 13th is actually going to be an amazing game that is going to offer quite a lot, but it's also going to dry up really quickly. And that's going to be the same issue with this game. It's going to offer a lot of fun, and then it's just going to go and kind of dip. And a lot of people are like, no, that's not true because Dead by Daylight's still so good. No, that's because they keep on putting out stuff for it that borderlines on them basically ripping off other big horror franchises such as Friday the 13th with bringing in Michael Myers. Yet, here's my thing. This will always be my thing. None of these games, except for Friday the 13th, have a variety of abilities to kill. Everything I've seen so far about these games have a very, very simplistic action. You kill somebody, either like with Dead by Daylight, it was with a hook. I don't know about the new Michael Myers setup. I don't know if you put them on hooks or what you do with them. But with Dead by Daylight, it was you literally put them on hooks and they die that way. It was super boring, got super tedious, super quick. This one, it looks like you have some kill animations. But here's the thing, boys. Out of all these games that are coming out, the one that actually makes me the most excited for it is actually going to be Friday the 13th.
Yes.
That is the horror villain that everybody goes, hey, who is your favorite horror monster? Who's your favorite axe murderer? And it's always usually Jason, Freddy Krueger, or the Texas Chainsaw Massacre guy.
Oh, the guy
it is never Michael Myers.
The guy
it's never. Well, Hannibal Lecter is kind of cool.
Yeah, dude.
Hannibal Lecter is kind of cool, but he's cool for an entirely different reason.
That's true. That's true. So just quickly, you
fucking Anthony Hopkins.
Just quickly, you were talking about like a variety in gameplay and it getting sort of stale. Dead by Daylight suffers from that a lot. There isn't much to do in regards to the gameplay, right? It's like, okay, go fix these generators. You get enough generators, you fix them, the gates open, you escape, basically. Sure, it's great. It's a good formula, but if you're playing that for hours and hours and hours on end, there isn't really enough variety in gameplay for it to last forever. You know, a lot of people can say, "Hey, man, Call of Duty is exactly the same." Not really, because there's no two Call of Duty rounds that are exactly the same. Sure, you'll start off at the same place, but like the action that happens within that is different. Whereas stuff like where it's sort of objective, with Dead by Daylight at least, where it's objective based, it's not enough for it to be like, oh wow, this is crazy, because you have to go and repair the generators. You have to just sort of like sneaking around and trying to juke the killer and stuff is all fine. But you're going to spend a lot of time basically trying to hide and be silent from them. If you're going to be running around, you pretty much got a first way ticket to Riptown. I think games like this are great, but what really needs to happen is they really need to mix up the formula. Instead of having like 4 or 5 people versus the killer, maybe have 10 people, 2 killers. You know what I mean?
The funny part about that is actually in the new Friday the 13th is you're still just Jason, but they have 7 people that you're hunting down. It's 1
awesome.
versus 7.
That is awesome.
And that's where I draw all the differences between the 3 that I've seen so far. As you saw, there was some traps and stuff you can set up on that one. Where Jason, it's about killing them. You literally have like hundreds of different ways. Apparently, they're bragging about, like, I think it's like they said you have 50 different animation kills that you can do as Jason, anywhere from shoving a poker in their eyeball to picking them up and cutting their head off to drop kicking them off a roof to land them on some spikes and stuff. It's supposed to be much more diverse, and it makes the game a lot more interesting, because that means with all those different ways to die, the game actually is always different, which is a good thing. Unlike Dead by Daylight, you always die on the hook, or you die because one of the guys is allowed to stomp you to death. Those are the only 2 ways that you can kill him. Now, as I said, I haven't seen the new update because I was like, I didn't really want to go back to Dead by Daylight anymore. I'm kind of bored with it.
Yeah, it's true.
So I don't know that information. Where that one that we just saw the last year, it shows more traps and all this kind of other stuff, which is cool, but the killer isn't really that menacing to me.
No.
I mean,
it's very much
he looks creepy. He looks creepy, but he's not menacing.
Yeah.
Dead by Daylight has a lot of cool. Murderers that are out there to kill you, and that's kind of cool. But the gameplay gets stale real quick. And the reason why I feel like the one that I'm going to have the most fun with is Friday the 13th is because, first of all, it's fucking Jason.
Sure.
That's awesome. And second, there's much more variety of ways for me to either get killed or to kill somebody, which makes it a lot more fun. And that's what those games are kind of about. And I know it sounds kind of weird for me to say, yeah, these games are about murdering someone. Well, technically, a lot of online games are actually technically about murdering someone.
World of Warcraft's about mass genocide, dude. I'm telling you. All these things
So,
saying.
I'm right.
You want to talk about mass murdering, dude, in video games? Here's some tips for Titanfall 2. Now, the tip
is don't play
it. So, obviously, you know, they go through this article done by Kotaku, but the very first tip is pretty basic. Play the campaign. Okay, fair enough. Go play the campaign. I personally haven't gone in and covered it because I decided to opt out of covering Titanfall 2 because Infinite Warfare is so close, and we basically get Infinite Warfare and we get Call of Duty 4 remastered, so it's basically 2 games in one. But you know, go play the campaign. What I've seen of the campaign of people that are streaming it, it looks like a whole ton of fun. It seems relatively solid. You're able to go in and utilize different Titans for the campaign. So at least it gives you a feel for them all, which is right here. Second point: use campaign to experiment with different Titan kits. Pick a game mode. The different modes that are outlined here. You know, amped hardpoint is basically capture the point. You can actually amp control points by holding them longer. Teams get points for holding control points. They even get more when they're amped. First to get enough points wins. Basically, that's like a domination type mode. Bounty hunt. Players are rewarded money for killing the enemy team as well as NPC grunts Titans. Bounty hunt, I think, is probably the most fun out of what I played in the beta. Mm-hmm. With this game, you got pods versus pilots, which is basically TDM without Titans. Capture the flag, that's pretty much self-explanatory. Attrition, which is classic TDM. There's no objective; it's basically just smash on smash. Skirmish, which is smaller team deathmatch mode than attrition. It lacks NPCs and score limit is smaller as well, so you're gonna expect a lot more smaller, a lot shorter games out of that sucker. Last Titan Standing, that's pretty self-explanatory. These game modes here are nothing new and revolutionary. I think Bounty Hunt is probably the one that's most interesting because there's enough variety in whatever the hell is going on. Because not only are you fighting the enemy players, you're also fighting the NPCs, and it's sort of like this weird thing that comes down is like when enemy NPC pods would spawn in, there's sort of like a semi-truce. It's sort of like just a race to try and like burn down as many of them as you possibly can. And then while that's happening, maybe you have like 2 guys or 1 guy that flanks him from behind, tries to enemy, tries to engage them off the Titans. There's a little bit more strategy that's involved with that. But from what I've been hearing, what I've been seeing about Titanfall 2, it is very, or at least on PC, it's kind of like thumbs down. You know, like. And that's basically expected with games that premiere on the console stage, and then sort of like, okay, we need a PC version too, right? Because we need to keep those guys happy. The guys at Respawn really don't care too much about the guys on PC. It's all console for them, which is sad.
That's what the problem is with a lot of game companies nowadays. They don't give a flying shit about the people on PC anymore. It's all about that sweet console money.
Exactly.
Because, you know, every shit kid and their mommy is buying them one.
Well, exactly.
And what they don't understand is there's actually a big, huge PC market, because guess what, boys? Everyone owns a PC just like they own a console. Actually, more homes own a PC because daddy or mommy have to work on a PC for some odd reason. So guess what? Little Timmy every once in a while wants to crawl up there and play a little bit of games. He's going to play on daddy's computer. He might get his ass whooped afterwards because he was not supposed to touch dad's computer. But fuck, if he can call you a hairy cunt while shooting you in Call of Duty, I'm sure it's worth it.
It's true. It's absolutely true. I was going to say speaking of, but that's really disgusting.
That would be bad. Yeah, no.
So on to this next article. Players have spent years trying to get Peach to save herself in Paper Mario. In 2001's Paper Mario, our favorite hero in Blue River Rule saves the day, just like he does always. Peach helps, but in the end, it's Mario who defeats Bowser. For years, however, speedrunners and glitch hunters have attempted to rewrite that sequence of events. Many of us have played through Paper Mario sequentially, chapter after chapter, alternating between Mario's perspective and Peach's perspective until the final Bowser battle arrives. But for a smaller, more hardcore segment of the fandom, playing through Paper Mario as the developers intended isn't enough. So basically what's happened is they've figured out a glitch where you can play as Peach, they're trying to get through and finish the game as her. Neat idea. Really, really, really neat idea. And it's great. I love seeing
this. Girl power, I guess. I guess that's what we're... hashtag girl power.
Yeah, dude. You know, like I don't know why this just isn't
like-
a thing to start with. You know what I mean?
I've never understood the whole save the princess thing. Anyways, I actually like my female characters to be competent enough to actually play with big boys.
Yeah, exactly.
And I like my big boys not to be giant flaming idiots. But you know, we keep getting more than that.
Would love to
every
see.
year.
Would love to see a Super Mario game where it's Princess Peach going in and saving Mario. You know what I mean? Like it's Princess Peach and what's her sister? What's her sister's name?
Weren't they actually? Didn't they do something like that in the game?
I don't know.
Where it was
I'm
actually
100% up on
Princess Peach,
Nintendo.
like Mario was lost or Mario was gone.
Oh
or
yeah,
some shit
yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah. Yep, Mario's missing.
I know. Like they did that with Luigi, where he had to go save his brother, and like Luigi's actually the only character that has any fucking base emotion.
Yeah, true.
And the problem is he's so fucking schizophrenic with it. He's bipolar. One moment he's a complete badass, another moment he's pissing himself in fear. And after that, he's out fucking hanging out with all the guys that just sold the princesses. It's like
You would too, bro. If you owned, if you
I am
had, if you had access to a
utterly
mansion with
confused.
ghosts in it, dude, you would be absolutely on edge.
First of all, if I was gifted a giant ass mansion and like the first time I walked the door there was a ghost there to greet me, I'd fucking run out the mansion as long as I get through the door. If I can't get through the door, I'm diving through the window at full speed. I'm getting the fuck out of the mansion, and then I'm having a bulldozer team come and fucking plow that thing.
True.
And then we're gonna dig up all the bodies, put salt on them, burn the fuckers like they do in Supernatural, and then I am building nothing on there until I'm 100% sure there is no ghost floating around there in the empty area.
Yep.
And after that, I'll probably sell it off for a grand lobby total, because fuck it, I don't want to live there.
Salt the bones, man. Salt the bones.
Salt the bones.
If in doubt, salt
the
it
bones. So now talking about salt in the bones, so and now a face pad for the PlayStation VR gaming. So this is so fucking retarded. So they made a face pad. They've made.
I just want.
Okay,
I just want the
guys.
face pad. I'll just wear that around.
So, no. Okay. Wait for it. Okay, so it's a Grandpa DK moment. So literally, boys, this is a fucking. It's a fucking mask. Okay, it's gonna go right here, and you don't look like Zorro. You don't look like any superhero. What you look like is a giant fucking retard. It looks like a sleep mask that you just cut the hole out. It's what happened if like mommy accidentally left her sleep pad lay around. She's gonna put on her eyes to sleep, and little Timmy, who we talked about earlier, decided to cut a fucking hole in it and run around like the Green Lantern or some shit. And that's what it is. It's exactly what this is.
That is exactly
they're
it.
gonna expect you. You know they're gonna expect you to pay fucking money for this. Instead of being nice and just taking that fucking pad and going, you know what? If we look at the VR design, this thing's actually gonna have a giant gap, or it's gonna be rubbing right here and it's gonna fucking hurt your face. And if you happen to want to stream and play this game for more than a couple hours without actually having indentions on your face, maybe we should just go ahead and customize one of these directly onto here anyways. That way it's safe, it's comfortable, and no one's bitching about it. No, instead I'm gonna have two fucking straps around my head. One for the VR and one for this damn thing.
And don't
if
forget
I
the
play
headset on
VR.
top as well. So you're gonna be like, well.
Oh yeah,
well,
because they couldn't
fucking-
even fucking put their own headphone devices in there. No, you gotta wear your own fucking headset. Way to go, guys! This is so virtual reality. You fucks.
I think.
Bunch of fucking tards.
I mean, like whenever a product comes out, there's always a third party something for it. I mean, with DSs,
Yeah,
with the
but
Wii U,
a
there's
face
like
mask. Oh yeah, they want
there's, like, screen
$11.20 for this.
Yeah,
fucking thing.
dude.
11. They want $11 for it. I would not give them $1 that I wipe my ass.
you
with for
could
this.
you could go. Okay, so the easiest way around this, right, is if you go on a plane and they give you those little kits. It's like a
Right.
sleep mask. Just cut out the thing
Yeah.
for the eyes, bro. Done.
Fucking and
You
put
know?
it on and be like, hey, here you go. Here's a sleep mask just for you. Be like, thank you so much. I'm gonna get a fucking private flight out. Okay, just to go visit somebody. I'm gonna keep that fucking sleep mask, cut a hole in it, and wear the damn thing. There you go. There's your DIY for the day, guys. Do it your fucking self. Oh my god, so stupid.
With the
So
same
retarded.
on that same tangent of DIY. This next article is pretty big. Like for you guys that are like, oh man, what the hell? This company hasn't relevance for a while, but it's official. SNK Playmore is ditching the Playmore. So SNK, super, I guess.
They're gonna play more with themselves.
Hey, well, they don't want people to play more with themselves. They want to play. They want to keep it to themselves. But they so basically they're ditching the second half of the name. So December 1st, SNK Playmore's official name, the SNK Corporation, returned to the company back to its roots. Earlier this spring, SNK dropped Playmore from its logo. Now we know the corporate name soon will soon too. According to Famitsu, the company's web URL also changed from snkplaymore.co.jp to snk-corp.co.jp, as well as company emails, blah, blah, it's all changing through. I think this is as outlined in this article, I think this is a really good grab at trying to bring back the mind share. SNK used to mean something, man. It used to mean
SNK
like
used to have fucking King of Fighters. It was an amazing fucking game series. I loved it. If you guys have ever I got into SNK through Capcom versus SNK. It was actually one of the first kind of crossovers before Marvel decided to like make it big, which was kind of weird.
Which was but like it was great. It was
it was amazing. It was amazing, but it made no sense. Where SNK and Capcom versus SNK made more sense because they're both fighter games.
Yes,
and they actually ended up cross-platforming a lot of the SNK and Capcom characters to actually be living in the same universe. So they got a lot of characters that actually cross over a lot, which turned out to be really cool. But then, as you said, financial trouble hit. SNK ended up doing this shit, and we basically saw a downward spiral of the King of Fighter games. But with this happening, maybe, just maybe, I might be able to get my hands on a halfway decent fighter again that isn't Blaze Blue, and I might be able to touch myself at night.
They are also bringing back King of Fighters as well. That's coming back as well.
Yeah. Yep,
so this would probably be in preparation for that, just to be people go in and go, fuck, it's SNK Playmore, but if it's like it's SNK Corporation, it's like, oh, they're back, and then they can do all the old logo treatments and all that sort of stuff, and don't have to put the extra thing on there, and it looks all sweet and pretty and all that sort of stuff. But stay tuned to that. There's going to be a whole bunch of like awesome developments that come through.
So the fun part is talking about shit that's coming out that might be a game changer. So the new Razer Blade Stealth is a great lab type disguised as a gaming PC. Ooh, do tell me more.
So
if you guys, first of all, if you guys don't know, we all know Arc doesn't. I don't actually particularly jump down and scream about how amazing companies are, but I'm just saying, guys.
I have one of those microphones. I have one of those microphones. But Razer's a company that has like they live in the realms of the Apple equivalent.
They cater to gamer. They cater to gamers.
Yeah, they cater to gamers a lot.
Unlike Apple, who caters to snobby rich white people that are assholes.
Yeah. So basically, what they're doing here is they're basically bringing out a laptop that is there's nothing really much here that says it's basically. These are the things.
So it's going to be the gaming laptop is about $1,250 on purchase. It's currently not out just yet. I think it doesn't come out until next week is what I want to say.
Yeah,
I want to say, but it's available in a 1080 OP or a 1080p RA 4K version, which
of course.
I mean, that's really cool and all, but here's my problem always with the 4K. Nobody else is really watching anything on 4K, and there's no resolution difference between what they're putting out, because a lot of companies aren't currently investing in 4K, so there's not a lot of games that are actually going to be 4K. Now, granted, yes, later on in the line there might be. They might start catching on since it's got this new big thing. It's like what 3D and VR is now. Fuck me sideways. I'm getting old. That's what it is. I'm just getting old. Somebody give me my adult diapers and fucking where's the hot nurse that's gonna spoon feed me? Where the hell's that? That's what I need.
The big thing here, the big thing that gets me about like Razer, it's always a premium price for products. Like, I remember back when Razer basically had like a Death Adder. They had a Death Adder mouse, and like that was their jam. That was their main thing. They sold a lot of stuff, a lot of Taipan's, which was an older mouse of theirs. They still have the Death Adder range. Taipan range just recently came back in. And that was where it was at. Now that they're sort of investing in like all sorts of different things, like you've got there like a microphone. They've also
they just we talked about it late. We just talked about it a little bit earlier. They just bought. Remember that we talked about it. Razer bought THX as well.
Yes, so they're probably gonna. They might roll that THX branding like into all their like laptops and stuff. Same as
they're just gonna throw that shit out like fucking Kashi Pizza, man.
Oh, of course they
get
will.
It. Of course get it while it's hot.
Of course they will. But like it's not to say that you can't get similar products for a lot cheaper. you're basically paying for like the look of stuff and the feel of stuff. But like, let's be real here. If you are 100% concerned about how your products look, I mean, yes, you be prepared to pay a freaking premium, like a lot extra for what it is. Perfect case in point is so that microphone that you're using there, that's a Blue Yeti. If there's a stripped down article, I'll send it to you and I'll put it up in the show notes actually. Someone went ahead and stripped down that microphone and stripped down a Blue Yeti, exactly the same inside.
Yep.
Their capture card is exactly the same as the Ava Media LGX, man. So what they're doing is they're outsourcing other companies to build this stuff with it. Just put the Razer brand on there. I mean, it's a smart move. You have Seasonic that makes.
It is. Some of it is some of their software that runs it though as well. So they do have the software there as well for like the Razer microphone and some other things. Sometimes the difference is the software, but if you're using the exact same hardware as other people, and like I don't know if Razer ever brags it's the best. I don't think I've ever seen.
I think they do. I think they come in with the here it looks cool, and it's like, okay, well, yeah, I guess it looks alright. It looks good.
Yeah. Like them saying it looks cool. Yeah, okay, I can get on board with it. Yeah, it looks cool. Yeah, it looks cool. But if it's the exact same stuff as everywhere else, then in truth, you can just get your stuff cheaper anywhere, and it doesn't matter how it looks. So it's kind of one of those moments. It's like, guys, you guys want to be the best? Fucking put your time into making the product as best as possible. Make it look cool on top of that. And guess what? It doesn't matter what the price tag is, as long as it's reasonable. We'll still pay for it.
Sure.
We'll still pay for it. We'll still buy it.
That's exactly true. Onto our next article here.
We're switching gears a little bit. We're not going to be talking about games for a little bit. Actually, I don't think we'll be talking games for the rest of this. We're actually out of the game section.
We got some pretty good articles coming out soon.
We're actually currently going into actual news. Enjoy that one. It's actually actual news. Holy shit! I can't believe this.
What are we doing? This article here outlines: could we turn other planets and moons into a second Earth? This planet of ours isn't going to last forever. Duh, we're killing it every single day, and though who knows what's going to happen into that far off into the future.
You're like a parasite. We're here sucking the life out of this poor beautiful world.
Exactly.
I live on it too, so fuck it. I don't know what I'm fighting about.
So basically, what we need to do is to be able to repopulate a different planet. This isn't the first time. This isn't the first time a bunch of brainheads sat around and decided, hey, what can we do with this and all this kind of stuff. It's one of those moments where here's the thing with it. All these things are viable options. I mean, and they talked about terraforming planets for years. Since the space age, since the space race began, they were talking about being able to conquer other planets and basically terraform them in one way or another. It was called something else, I think, before it was actually considered terraforming. It's not impossible to terraform a planet. There is ways to actually do it. The problem is making an atmosphere that is a viable atmosphere without it floating off into space. It's true.
Which, if you guys don't know what an atmosphere is, it's the lovely thing that keeps all of our air in a nice confounding bubble through the gravitational pull or something like that. I'm not a planetary major kind of person, but I do understand I understand the basic concept. Basically, due to our magnetic pull, there is an atmospheric bubble that is around the Earth, and we're destroying that bit by bit every year, which means that we are losing a bit of oxygen every year, and so on and so forth, all these other blah, 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 yakety smacky science shit. To make one of those is basically a lot harder. Now, I do believe some of the planets already currently have them. I know Mars, Venus are apparently supposed to already have atmospheres. They're just toxic atmospheres to us, which means we just have to figure out a way to basically reverse engineer them. And a good way to do that, at least on Mars, and if you guys haven't seen Martian yet, or The Martian or something like that, I can't remember. It's got Matt Damon. Yes. It's got Matt Damon in it. It's a great movie. He actually makes a viable atmosphere on Mars by growing plants in the soil. And if we could actually do that, but do it on a mass scale, it would actually start producing oxygen that would actually populate and oxygenize that area and would slowly spread as long as you keep on managing to do it. And as I said before, they actually mentioned here that if they could pump basically a chemical into the air, it's ice-rich comets and all that kind of stuff smashing into it and all that jazz. But if they could pump ammonia into Mars, and basically it would counterbalance the atmosphere right there by thickening it up. So it's possible. It's not impossible. Now the problem is getting there and doing it and having the resources, the manpower to do it.
And it's going to be super costly too. It's going to be super costly. Nothing is done on the fly. It's done on the cheap. But you know what? It'll happen eventually. It will happen eventually.
Maybe. I don't honestly.
Maybe like 100 years
feel like it'll happen. I don't think it'll ever happen in our lifetime. Maybe after I'm dead and gone, and I won't have any kids or grandkids. But maybe down the line when Dibbs' kids and grandkids are super grown up,
the ones I don't know about.
All right, yeah. At least the ones he knows. Shit. Talking about things that apparently. I don't know where I'm going with this show. Anyways, Amelia Earhart died on a best transition right there, right? Best segue.
Yeah.
Amelia Earhart died on a desert island in the Pacific. We get it. Okay, first of all, I didn't know this. Is that actually what I didn't think she died in? Okay, cool.
Yeah. Right, so if you guys that don't if you don't know about Amelia Earhart, oh my freaking god, dude. Oh my freaking god.
It is one of the few moments in history that I'm not bored off my rocker, and I actually like history.
Yep.
If that tells you anything. So, just a brief summary of who Amelia Earhart is. She was an explorer. She was female. She decided to fly basically point A to point B around the world, and then she disappeared. Poof. There's the quick shorthand. There's no really remarkable details in there, but you get the gist of it. Just fucking go with it.
And basically, no one knows what happened to her body. She just disappeared off the map.
No, she just disappeared. I still think it was aliens, but that's just me.
Bermuda Triangle, that could be a thing. Everyone's seen Lost, man.
The Bermuda Triangle is another. Bermuda Triangle is another one of those moments where it was kind of cool. Like everybody was like theorizing. She accidentally threw that and just poof. It didn't happen, but I mean, who knows? I mean, it's one of those moments. Everybody has a theory at this point in time, and in this article, they basically are covering that theory and basically talking about it. Like, did Amelia Earhart die castaway after crashing on a Pacific island? We won't know because, first of all, they've never seen her bones.
Yep.
They've never examined her plane wreckage or fingered through old file documents of her distress calls. So it's impossible to actually say that. She might have died a castaway after a crash on the Pacific island, but that's how it is. We're done here. But so there's no way to know.
The thing here is as well is like all of this happened before there was forensic analysis of anything. So it's sort of like, oh, you saw the plane go down? 2 people saw the plane go down. Yeah, the plane went down. All right, cool. The plane went down. That's the thing we're going to put into history.
I like how you emphasize that. The plane went down. The plane went down, Jimmy. It just fucking went down.
We've got no evidence. We got no evidence of what's going on. But you know what? He could be a thing too, man. She could have went, hey, I'm flying from point A to point B. Then somewhere in between, landed the plane and hopped off, and then they destroyed the plane. And you know what I mean? It could be anything.
Maybe she was trying to get away from the fucking mob or something. Who knows? It's all theories. It's cool to talk about. It's romantic to think about. But here, at the end of the day. Fuck, I don't know. It's just
one left to history's pages, man. One left to history's pages.
Yeah.
This next article is something that I'm super
more crack for Dibbs. Get ready, it's the crack shovel. There's so much crack Dibbs likes to ingest in basically a monthly intake, and I'm pretty sure he's gonna.
We're well over the quota now, boys. We're well over the quota.
He's queuing up. He's queuing up.
Well free fall here. But yes, 11 will be back for Stranger Things season 2. This is something we always confirmed. If you guys haven't seen the first season, here's some major spoilers that I'm going to drop here. Obviously. Stranger Things is a TV show that harkens back to the old stuff that, the old movies from your childhood, like E.T. and just everything out of that freaking era. It just bleeds it left, right, and center. The storyline here is that there is a thing called the Upside Down. It's called the Upside Down by the people in the show. We don't exactly know what it is. It's an alternate dimension that happens where you go into this reverse world where the atmosphere is toxic. There are these big creatures there was a creature that is running around there, and it's able to go from one plane of existence to the other and bring people through. 11 goes into the other side of it. She goes into the Upside Down. She knows about it. She tells all these kids about it. The whole focus of that series is like one of the children go missing, and everyone thinks it is dead. There is a fake body that gets put up by the government or by a corporation. It's not revealed until the sheriff opens up the body and it's just filled with stuffing. That it's like, okay, this isn't your kid. He's in fact in the Upside Down.
It's filled with stuffing.
It's literally filled with cotton wool. And then you go, and then 11 at the end takes on the creature. They call it the Demogorgon because that was one of the things that the kids were fighting in their Dungeons and Dragons campaign. Fucking sick that they even put that in there. And
the Demogorgon, run away!
And she disappears, right? So the sheriff is like, 11's gone, right? But she loves eating Eggos. For you guys that don't know what Eggos are basically like waffles. That's
yeah. They're the store-bought waffles that are really bad for you, and
they're so good though.
The deliciously evil.
I had Eggos once, man. They're fantastic. I don't care. I'll eat a
box. Lego my Eggo.
I'll eat a box of them. So what's happened is she loves picking out on Eggos. She's a weird science experiment. She has these telekinetic powers where she can like basically fuck you up, crush a can, like in this picture right here with her mind. She can like move people. She has telekinetic powers. But the sheriff ends up getting his Eggos, putting him in a box in the woods. She can there are certain things that exist in one universe that can be accessed in the other universe, and it is always hinted to that she's still alive. The fact that she's coming back is fantastic. What capacity she's going to come back, we don't know. Whether it's just a flashback, flash sideways, there's weird echoes of her existing and people can't quite get a grasp of her. Maybe she does come back. Maybe she has like a bit of a bigger role in what's going on. Maybe she ends up like turning and ends up being like a weird creature. But the fact is, like, 11 is something, is a character that is both mysterious, amazing. Millie Bobby Brown, who plays 11, does a fantastic job of playing a child basically who doesn't have a childhood, whose childhood is inside of a lab, who's had experiments conducted upon her to test her telekinetic powers. I really think that having her come back in season 2 is going to be a huge thing. But with that, I'm more interested in what the plot line is going to be for the second season, because we had the first season, which was like, here's the big bad. It's a demon, right? That is going from one plane of existence to the other, going from the Upside Down to our world, grabbing people, snatching them up, killing them. What does it look like in second season? Because that's been defeated. Is there a new monster? Is there like a new thing in regards to they have to try and get 11 back, or like, are there the weird things that start happening around town that maybe she can like help with, and like someone seems to be communicating with her? We'll have to figure out and find out that sort of stuff. But the fact is, they nailed the first season. Netflix haven't really done a bad series wrong, maybe except for the Get Down, but the Get Down's okay. It's just not super fantastic. I want to see what they do next. I really want to see what they do next. But yes, that's my rant. Ark's just going completely quiet at this stage. But yeah, so that.
No, I'm sorry, I got nothing on it.
Yeah, no. Like, so I want to see what they do. I want to see what happens in this next.
I just need to sit down and watch season 1, and then I might have something to say about it. I've got nothing to say right now. I'm sorry. I'm good. Now I do have something to say about the next article.
Oh my god, dude!
So, as somebody who is a giant Deadpool fan, and I'm pretty sure I don't feel like Ryan Reynolds would just hand his suit over willy nilly,
unless
no, I don't think no, because like he's a big no, he's not. His wife is too hot to bump uglies with Taylor Swift. No offense.
Maybe they're both bumping uglies with Taylor Swift.
Oh, well, that may be a way.
She needs something new to write about, right?
So Taylor Swift says she bought Ryan Reynolds' Deadpool costume for Halloween. Now, let me inform you, if that is really Deadpool, if that is really Ryan Reynolds' Deadpool costume. First of all, Ryan, buddy, you need to go ahead and send you back your decoder ring to the Deadpool fan club, because fuck, dude, you fucked up.
Yeah, dude.
I would not let any. And don't get me wrong, I don't care how hot she was. You don't walk out of my Mark in the Mouse costume. Period. And that is my thing. However, I feel like this is not actually true. This is her just basically like maybe poking some fun at Ryan Reynolds or something of that nature, or maybe he helped her get a more realistic. Like I think, like they even said in the article, maybe basically like he helped her get a more realistic version.
Yes.
So she actually had one to wear herself, and it was altered a little bit. Because Taylor Swift is definitely not the same size as Ryan Reynolds is. So,
but the suit seems to fit her as well. So maybe this was a tailored suit for Taylor.
I think it was a tailored suit for Taylor. Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah, I think it's a tailored suit for Taylor. I don't think he gave up a suit, because he is super nerd. As I understand it, that suit is actually probably in a glass case. I think he actually has it in a glass case in a room somewhere.
That's so fucking sick. As if you wouldn't. If you like,
I would. If I was somehow I became a famous actor, I got to do a superhero movie, I'd be like, that suit is coming home.
It's coming with me.
You have
Yep.
I don't care if it was the worst fucking superhero movie. I don't care if it turned out to be like the Green Lantern. The Green Lantern. Well, the Green Lantern sucked because he didn't get to take a suit home with him. All he got was a fucking ring. And I can understand his pissed off nature on that one.
True. Here's a big thing. It just came to me. What if this? I mean, obviously, this is all just a PR stunt for Deadpool.
Yeah.
Right. So with the start of this coming through, and yes, trying to keep Deadpool in people's minds and all that sort of stuff, and like, oh look, now it's
number 2's coming out. This number 2's coming out soon. So
this would be the wind up stuff for the promotional side of.
It could be very much the wind up for it, and you're just getting it in there. And that's not a bad idea. I mean, like they did a really good job promoting Deadpool. They did several different things where they leaked stuff, and then they basically started fucking around. I mean, they actually had Ryan Reynolds go out and deface a bunch of posters,
dude,
of other movies as himself, with the Deadpool thing, and like it was all great stunt work. I mean, if they're gonna start doing that now to keep it in their minds, fucking kudos to them. They know exactly what they're doing. They know where they're going with it, and it's good. It's just good. It's all around good. So yeah, I'm all for it. I can't wait to see if it is, or if it is just her kind of dicking around and having a little poke at Ryan, or he helped her. Whatever way it is,
we'll see. It'll come out. It'll come out and watch.
Deadpool back. But talking about Marvel, because now we're going to move into something, and the next two articles are covering the new movie. Well, it's not talking about the new movie, but Doctor Strange, of course, has hit theaters already for you guys in Australia. We're getting it soon here in the States.
It is fucking awesome. It is awesome.
Dibbs apparently says it's a second coming.
Let me really quickly say, if you're going to go and watch Doctor Strange, make sure you drop 3 tabs of acid, because your brain is going to melt normally, and the experience that you'll have will be fucking fantastic. I'm telling you, dude. All of the weird things that you see in the comic book about, like, manipulation of space and time and all that sort of stuff, dude, you watch this movie and you're like, wow. It is on par visually with The Matrix. Like how big that was. It's on.
The first Matrix was amazing.
Yes.
The other two we don't talk about.
No.
So, all right. So honestly, the '70s Doctor Strange TV movie looks no less ridiculous than the current one. So, if Doctor Strange movie coming up this week is half as ridiculous as the 1978's made for the TV production was, it's going to be a good trip to the theaters. It was apparently, like, this is one of the only movies back in the day that Marvel did that actually turned out to be good. So it was well past time for Marvel to embrace the cheese. I do not know that I like best about this thing is that Strange's facial hair, which has always been a joke in the Marvel universe, actually, is it Jessica Walters as Morgan Le Fay, casting so perfect. I was pissed it was wasted on this. I'm inexplicably choice to replace the Sorcerer Supreme with the Last Sorcerer, the reference of the Fourth Dimension. Now, I think they did that a little bit for a reason, though. Why they switched those characters out is because they didn't want to go with the Sorcerer Supreme, due to maybe some copyright issues with certain individuals and some labeling. That might be the reason why. But at the same time, I've never actually gotten to watch the old movie. I've watched bits and pieces of it. It wasn't horrible. It was actually kind of fun, and it was very trippy for the time. So the very fact that they're comparing the old '70s Doctor Strange TV, and it was one of the few that actually was good enough that it wasn't actually like the old Captain America. If you guys ever seen that, like
Oh man. Oh
travesty.
man. Yep. Yep.
It was nowhere near as bad as that. It actually was. It was actually exactly what Doctor Strange is all about: being a little bit strange, weird, and just overall, it was kind of fun. So, it was a good time. It was a good time. Now, as I said before, though, talking about the strange things of Doctor Strange.
Oh yeah.
We're going to talk about the 7 strangest moments in Doctor Strange's weird, trippy history. So there's lots of times where Doctor Strange has kind of gone a little bit off shelf and off the reservation. These are apparently what they felt were the 7 most weirdest, trippy moments. Now, I gotta understand, guys, I'm not a huge buff on Doctor Strange. He was never one of my favorite characters. The first time I ever saw Doctor Strange was actually in a Silver Surfer comic book, and Doctor Strange was actually on Galactus' ship. I don't know if he was serving him or helping him, but that was the first time I ever was introduced to Doctor Strange. Now, the number 1 that they have on their list is that time he fought Baron Mordor inside the sun. So apparently he actually fought a villain inside the sun.
Why not? Why not?
And apparently that's what they think the fucking sun looks like, is a bunch of rotating atoms. So that's cool. I mean, I'm not going to really go over each article, but apparently he went in there and he was fighting these guys. It was just one of those things. It's one of those things.
I'm looking through this article. I'm looking through this article. This is funny. This is so jokes, man.
So number 2, that time he beat a team of demons at baseball. That's right. Doctor Strange fucking played baseball and beat a team of demons. And I would like to actually let you know I've actually read a little bit of this comic book. Fucking hilarious. Like, the Doctor Strange is one of the few times. It's one of the few times that the comic book world is like, you know what? Doctor Strange is one of those moments where we can have some fun with it.
Yes.
It's magic, and we don't have to take ourselves too seriously because it is magic, and anything is possible with magic. We can basically just fucking MacGuffin the shit out of everything and have a good time.
It's true.
So number 3, that time he turned himself blue to escape the eternal damnation, which was apparently a lot of fun. He did that. I don't know why. As I said, I have no idea any of this reason why. So apparently in the 60s, Roy Thomason and Jim Nicole decided to update Strange with a costume that was a bit more traditional superhero, and the one that was also apparently it was absolutely fucking awful.
No, it was the Blue Man Group, man. He was like he's one of the members of the Blue Man Group, dude. That's what he is. Look at him. Look at him.
That hurts. No, it hurts. That's not how. No. Okay, so number 4. That time he led a bunch of journalists get sent to a hellish dimension to prove a point. That's right, he sent a bunch of journalists to a hellish dimension to prove a point. Talk about a guy that don't fuck around with journalists, man. The paparazzi be up on his ass and be like, you know what?
Yeah,
they're gone. He'd be like, where'd you send them? I sent them to the nethers round of hell so they can actually get some perspective. Don't worry, they'll be back in a few minutes. Remind me never to piss you off.
This is one that I vaguely remember. That time he saved Spider-Man from being exiled from reality. So it was there was an encounter in Amazing Spider-Man Annual number 2 from 65. I obviously didn't read the original. I read it was a web rip like back in the day. Shout out to the old school web rip PDFs of this stuff. Amazing. I love when you have I love crossovers, man. Like that's just me. Like that's why the Avengers is so much fun. That's why I was sorely disappointed by by Batman vs Superman. That's why I am seriously waiting for them to get Fantastic Four done right, then have Spider-Man come hang, and then have those guys just kick it, man. Like holy crap, Fantastic Four and Spider-Man. I am totally. And if you guys remember the old school TV show, it was almost an entire season where they hung out, and it was like wow, Spidey's like the next dude, the 5th member of the Fantastic Four, because like he just seems to fit in here like really well.
And they actually ended up doing that in the comic books, where Spider-Man actually ended up joining the Fantastic Four. They were called like not the Fantastic Four. They were Superior 5 or it was some kind. It was something weird. They changed the suits, and even Spider-Man changed the suit. It was a white suit, different emblem on his chest and everything. It was weird, but it made sense why they did it. He was part of the group, and it was actually pretty good. I didn't read too much of it because I kind of fell out of comic books for a while there around that point in time. So moving on from Spidey though, so number 6 was that time he fought God. That's right, he fought God.
Why not? Why not, dude? Why not? Why not? Let's throw it all out the window, man.
And my favorite out of this entire thing, because as I said, I didn't read a lot of Doctor Strange. The time he met an extremely high caterpillar inside the orb of, I don't even know what
Agamotto. It's Olga Agamotto.
Yeah,
this is so.
It's got to be a throwback to Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah, it's got to be a throwback to Alice in Wonderland. Yeah, it has to be.
It's just hilarious that it's a high fucking caterpillar, and it's just like, whoever was drawing it at that time probably, I want to say they either lost the bet or their girlfriend inspired them to do this. So you can't be tripping balls and decide, you know what would be great? I'm going to go ahead and draw Doctor Strange meeting a caterpillar from Alice in Wonderland. No one in their right mind, why Stone, thinks of that. That's going to be one of those moments where it's like, sweetie, I would really like it if you put like Alice in Wonderland's caterpillar in there or something like that. So like, just think of me. And he's just like, I want to get laid tonight, so fuck it, I'll do it.
Yeah, that's true. Oh man, Doctor Strange, such a really good time to be allowed to go in and watch and to be part of the whole culture of everything, man. Because don't forget, it wasn't very long ago that we were like, they're making an X-Men movie? Fuck yeah, dude! And then now it's like,
my problem Strange? Is I've never been a huge fan of Doctor Strange. I've seen a couple, like, I've never read a lot of the comic books about him. I've read one or two. Yeah. And then I've watched the Doctor Strange animation they came out with, and I was like, oh, that's actually really cool. It's really cool backstory. I mean, like, he's not really a hero starting off. He's more of an asshole, which some heroes do kind of have that, Logan. But he had no redeeming qualities about his character until later on, and I was like, you know what? That's actually a really good character development. It took him losing something so massive as his career, his hands, which he used to save lives, for him to become what he is.
Yes.
For those of you guys that don't know, that's how it all goes. Sorry for not giving you a little bit of a spoiler on it, but come the fuck on. If you haven't gone down and actually read any of these comic books yet, you're just walking in to see the movie because it's got shiny effects at this point in time.
The same thing can be said about when everyone's like, oh my god, Jared Leto's Joker, but it's not the Joker. It's not the Joker. It's look at Batman's sidekicks, man, and you'll be able to connect the dots like pretty much straight away, dude.
Yeah, but I think they debunk that it wasn't actually Jason Todd.
Yeah,
it wasn't actually him, but we don't know.
We don't know. There could be a red
herring. We don't know.
Out there. They'll do that. They'll do that a lot. They'll make that stuff.
But then again, we say that, and it would be really funny. If it actually was his old sidekick that had gone completely insane off the deep end like that. I'd like to point out that if that was the actual case, that would actually be one hell of a plot twist. But unfortunately, they don't write that good.
Well, yeah, that's true. That too, right? Because then there would have to be the preconceived notion that you would know who it would be. Yeah, that would be. And then by the time that hits, everyone will be like, "What the fuck? Like, what the hell?" So I guess that's that's something that's I guess Hollywood. You never know. It may very well happen, but in Hollywood's terms, if it's not panned out like this, then hinted to, or like we don't know the backstory of this, then maybe not. Maybe there might be some throwback somewhere else. In that universe.
Maybe. We don't know.
We'll
see. We'll see and find out later. But I think that brings us to the end of the show.
Yeah, that does us. I want to say thank you to everyone who's come and watched this live. If you guys don't know, these podcasts go up over at filthycreatures.tv/podcast as in the archives. You can also find us over on SoundCloud. And also on iTunes, man. Jump over there, check it out, let us know your thoughts, put them all in the comments. We're going to have all that up. There's also a YouTube channel that is coming through when I get back from PAX. We're going to start editing down highlight clips and stuff from the guys from the stream team. So if you guys in the stream team that happen to catch this, get me the friggin' clips so I can go ahead and make this stuff. Let's make this dream happen. Mr. Arc DK.
By the way, guys,
Yes.
by the way, before you keep on going, by the way, guys, whenever he mentioned the comments, guys, remember, we do like to do comment section at the end of these. Unfortunately, we didn't have any today.
No,
guys, remember, if you really want to ask us any kind of questions, I don't even care if it's, hey, when did you pass gas last? We really would like to hear your guys' thoughts on different things and talk about some of the stuff that you guys got at the end of the thing. So remember, if you want us to do that, leave some comments in either the video below on YouTube, on SoundCloud. There's also some stuff that you can leave on there as well. And I'm pretty sure there's even a section on iTunes if you really want to give us some grief. Heckle us even if you want to. But at this point in time, boys, I think we're done. Hey, go ahead and sign us out, Dibs.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Arc DK, if you want these beautiful people want to come and stalk you and have a good sniff of your butt, where can they come and find you, dude?
You guys can find me anywhere on the internet just using the name Arc DK. It's spelled ARKDK, not ARCDK. You guys are crazy for thinking that.
It's been below the video the entire time.
Yeah. You guys can find me anywhere using that. And I will be I hate to advertise myself, but I'll be going live here in a little bit with some Battlefield. So you guys are more than welcome to come hang out if you want to.
PC?
Not PC. PC.
I might come jump in.
No
if you guys want to go in and find where I'm at, DIBBSGG on absolutely everything. This will be an awesome announcement that's going to be coming out in the next couple of days, but we'll be down in PAX. Tomorrow will be our last show until Tuesday because I will be away for Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I fly back in Monday around about lunchtime, so that'll be Tuesday. I'll be back with Infinite Warfare and a whole bunch of vlogs and awesome stories to tell about the event. It is going to be an absolute craziness thing from top to bottom. But hopefully, thank you guys for coming in, tuning in, all that awesome stuff, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.
Remember, boys, girls, GG until we see you then.
Oh man, something